This story takes place on the 8th of April 1968. It is about a remarkable woman who was courageous in her actions to save the lives of others. Barbara Jane Harrison is considered one of the bravest British women to have ever lived. Barbara was born on the 24th of May 1945 in Kingsdale Crescent, Bradford. She lived with her parents and elder sister. Her family moved to Scarborough, and in 1961 she moved to Doncaster. After leaving Doncaster High School for Girls in 1962, Barbara worked in a bank before she moved to Switzerland, where she worked as a nanny. She later moved to San Francisco, and while in the US, Barbara applied to train as a flight attendant with BOAC. Barbara joined BOAC in 1966 and moved to London, where she shared a flat with several other BOAC air hostesses. Barbara worked on long-haul flights. In the 1960s, the longest routes often had numerous stopovers. On the 8th of April 1968, Barbara was scheduled to work Boeing Flight 712, leaving Heathrow and bound for Sydney. She had asked to work this flight so that she could attend a wedding in Australia. The plane took off at 4:27 p.m. Shortly after takeoff, the plane suffered an engine failure. The number 2 engine caught fire and fell from the aircraft. The plane successfully made an emergency landing, but the fuselage was engulfed in flames. Barbara was assigned to the rear door of the aircraft, and as the fire intensified and smoke began to fill the cabin, Barbara and a male steward opened the rear door and inflated the escape chute to begin evacuation. Unfortunately, the starboard slide became twisted on the way down, rendering it useless. Her colleague climbed down to straighten it, but it soon became too punctured and deflated. Once out of the aircraft, her colleague was unable to return. Barbara was left at her post all alone. She continued escorting passengers to the rear door, helping them out of the aircraft. With flames and explosions all around her, she encouraged some passengers to jump from the burning plane while pushing others who refused to jump. With escape from the rear door becoming impossible, Barbara directed her passengers to another exit while remaining at her post. According to witnesses, she seemed to be preparing to jump, but instead turned back inside. It is thought she returned to help an elderly disabled lady and an 8-year-old girl, but none of them escaped. There was another explosion, and she was not seen alive again. 5 people died on board the BOAC Boeing Flight 712, including Barbara Jane Harrison. All 5 bodies were found near the rear door, and all died from asphyxia. The other 122 passengers survived. Barbara was just 22 when she died. The direct cause of the fire was the failure of a compressor wheel due to metal fatigue. Barbara Jane Harrison was posthumously awarded the George Cross for gallantry in August 1969. She remains the only woman to have been awarded the George Cross during peacetime, and only one of 4 women to have ever received the award.